Moving over to the world of college sports, the University of Colorado has decided that leaving the Pac-12 for the Big 12 is the best move forward for their university. After the board of directors approved the move to the conference, Colorado officials are formally applying for membership in the Big 12. And they say that's going to be accepted by that conference. The decision to move out of the Pac-12 has been brewing for quite a while. I mean, after joining that conference back in 2011, the moves of USC and UCLA have kind of set off a bit of a bomb going off in that conference. It's a little bit of a mess. And they still don't have a television deal in place. And that's after almost a year of trying to find a new television deal, and they're not making any headway, it doesn't sound like. And the problem is, without that TV deal, no one knows what they're getting paid. So when you're looking around and you're saying USC is leaving, UCLA is leaving, okay, well, what's our deal? How much money are we going to make? Yeah, we don't know. Well, yeah, you kind of don't have much of a choice, do you? You've got to go try to find a new deal. And right now, the Big 12 has kind of found a spot in college athletics where, okay, we're not the Big 10, we're not the SEC, but we're kind of right behind those conferences. And that's not the worst place to be right now. And then there is, again, the financial aspect to all this, with Colorado officials feeling, hey, the Big 12 at least gives us some stability. With the Pac-12 right now, we have no idea what to expect because we don't even have a TV deal in place. And the TV deal in the Big 12 is pretty solid. They're going to get about $30 million, $32 million from the Big 12 just in that revenue sharing from the TV deal. Hey, that's guaranteed money, which right now the Pac-12 just doesn't have. And we've talked about it here on The Dose. For the past few months, Pac-12 Commissioner George Kliavkoff has tried to spin that, yeah, we haven't announced our deal yet, but we have a lot of wheels in motion. A lot of things are taking place. We are going to get a deal done. So don't worry. No, I'm worried. I'm really, really worried. Especially if I'm someone like Colorado. I need that money because I hate to tell everyone, they signed up to pay Deion Sanders a ton of money that they don't even have yet. So they need that money badly. Well, when the commissioner just keeps kind of putting you off and, yeah, something's coming, don't worry, something's coming down the road, you kind of start getting nervous, and I think that's what happened with the University of Colorado. They sat around, they bit their tongue for a number of weeks, they didn't want to say anything, and now it has just kind of boiled over, and they're like, hey, nothing's happening. We're not hearing anything about a new TV deal for the Pac-12. We're jumping ship. We're going to leave, and we're going to go get guaranteed money. Understandable. I don't think it was a overnight situation, but I think they kind of had to make a move. So now the Colorado Buffaloes will be out, and it's coming quick. It's coming already next season, and that's really bad news for the future of the Pac-12 conference because it sounds like the Oregon Ducks could be next. That would be really, really big if that happens. You're losing a staple at that point, and that is a team in Oregon that can compete every single year. They've kind of proven that over the last few decades. They are a bit of a big dog, especially on the western side of the nation. With USC and UCLA going to the Big Ten, yeah, Oregon's definitely in the hunt as one of the big dogs. I'll be surprised if they don't go after a Stanford or a Washington next. I think those things are coming, and I think the Pac-12 is in some serious, serious trouble. However, the move to the Big 12 might not be as great of news for Colorado as a lot of Colorado fans might think that it is. Here's my concern. The move to super conferences right now is kind of what we're looking at. We are seeing the SEC. We are seeing the Big 10. I guess you can throw the ACC in there, and we're seeing the Big 12, and they are forming 4, and maybe we end up with 5 big super conferences, 20 teams in each, and they are going to make up our college football national championship pretty much every year. I think eventually they break off from the NCAA and they just go do their own thing. I think that is coming, and it's coming soon. Here's the problem for Colorado. while major super conferences want to get a footprint into places like California and Texas and Florida because they know the recruiting base is there. The state of Colorado doesn't have that draw. I hate to say that, but it just doesn't. If this turns into, hey, we're going to take the top 50 or 60 teams in college football and everyone else, we're not really that worried about you, that's not going to be good news for my home state. Because I don't think any school from the state of Colorado is consistently a top 50 to 60 school. And I know what people are thinking. Well, Deion Sanders is going to change all that. And maybe he does. But how long does he stay? And when he leaves, does it slide back down to 70, 80? If that's the case, yeah, we'll be back to playing intramurals, brother. That isn't going to be good news for the state of Colorado. Okay, YouTube, make sure you go over and you check out the rest of the podcast today. Got a few other news stories that we are talking on. You might not realize this. Did you know there's already a preseason football game tomorrow? Yeah, that's kind of insane to think about. Got a number of other things to touch on. Going to be talking a little bit of college football and NFL today, though, on the show. There are a number of teams out there. As quick as that season is coming, they still don't know who their quarterback is. We're going to be looking at the top quarterback battles that will be coming in the world of football. And our Daly Dose Top 5 is taking a look at some of the best seasons by older running backs. Because if you've been paying attention lately, running backs in the NFL are not very happy with the contracts that they are getting. We discuss why those contracts have dropped in recent years. So be sure you go over and check out the rest of the podcast. I will leave a link here in the comments on YouTube for you. Hope you all are doing well. I will see you all next Wednesday. Have a great week.